Hi, I'm Father Charles, and I'd like to talk to you today about system overloads. I was a soldier in the United States Army from 2003 to 2016. I deployed to Afghanistan 3 times, and I also had a combat tour in Korea. See, while I was in Korea, I had a very simple schedule. My life had a very simple rhythm to it. It was wake up, train, work, schoolwork, sleep. Wake up, train, work, schoolwork, sleep. Now, in that simple rhythm, I didn't have to worry about many of the complexities and hardships that other people had to worry about. I didn't have to worry about paying bills. I didn't have to worry about where my next meal was going to come from. I didn't have to worry about going to the store and purchasing anything. I didn't have to worry about what if my car broke down. I didn't have to worry about any of those things that cause anxiety to people. But I remember when I came back to the United States, and I remember going to a store for the very first time, and I was kind of blown away. And the reason why I was blown away is because all the colors, all the sights, all the advertisements, I found them all competing in my mind for my attention in ways that I'd never recognized before. And basically, seeing all the things that I was seeing in that particular time put me in a place of system overload, if you will. Now, I want you to think about this. If you think about the life that you live right now, you probably spend a certain amount of time each day on your phone, checking your social media and seeing what your friends are up to. You probably also spend a certain amount of time each day in school, okay? In school. And while you're in school, you might actually still be worried about, well, your social media. And if you're not in school, you spend a certain amount of time each day at work or doing something that brings in some type of income for you. Well, if you look at all the ways in which you do these things and how you spend your time, there's a really good possibility that you're probably not spending much time disconnecting from that lifestyle and connecting with our Heavenly Father. So essentially, your lifestyle is being lived in such a way where your system is constantly being overloaded. Okay. As people, we have to understand that when God first made us, He put us in a garden. In a garden, there's tranquility. There's the sound of birds chirping. There's the sound of water, running, waterfalls, those kind of things. And what this does is these sounds and these experiences and these smells, it brings us to a calming place within ourselves. Many companies specialize in doing retreats and those kinds of things. And what those retreats are designed to do is take a person and put them in an environment where they can experience tranquility. Because most of us in the Western world live in a concrete jungle. You're constantly battling, if you will, for either attention at work, constantly jockeying for position when you're driving. You're basically constantly overloaded with what's going on in life itself. And so how do we break that cycle? How do we stop the system overload that most of us are experiencing on a regular basis? The best way to do that is disconnect from what's going on and connect with our Heavenly Father through prayer. I know it might not sound like much, but prayer is a powerful, powerful tool. It does so many different things in our lives. And if we look at Jesus as an example, He would oftentimes go to a quiet place alone from His disciples and just pray to our Heavenly Father. He disconnected from the world around Him and He connected with our Heavenly Father. And there He found strength. So how can you do the same things? What can you do as an individual to disconnect from the world? Well, a couple things. One, when you wake up in the morning, you can start your day with a moment of prayer. And I don't mean a quick prayer. I mean 5 minutes, just praying to God, asking Him to guide you throughout that particular day, asking Him to show you whatever it is that He'd like for you to do during that particular day, whatever accomplishment He'd like for you to accomplish that particular day. And then throughout the day, it's important that you take breaks, if you will, or take time and disconnect again from the busyness of the world itself and take time again to pray. Now, I'm saying this because these are things that Jesus would do. So disconnecting from the busy world and connecting with our Heavenly Father through prayer, what that does is that brings us back to a state of centeredness within Him. And I say within Him because essentially we were made in the image and likeness of God. And we have to connect with the source of our strength if we hope to maintain our sense of peace that we were designed to have. Now, maybe we can't return back to the Garden of Eden like we originally were designed to live in, but you can find that place within yourself by simply disconnecting from the busy world around you and connecting with our Heavenly Father. Let's stop the system overload that most of us have experienced for many, many years in our lives and get back to praying to our Heavenly Father. Once again, I'm Father Charles, and have a blessed day.